What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and as you guys now know, a couple of days ago there was a Zombies trailer that was actually released for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, the Zombies trailer was really well received. It seems a lot of people liked it, but a thing that a lot of people missed is that there was actually 5 weapons that have never been seen in Black Ops 4 before. Now, whether it's confirmed that these are going to be in multiplayer or not, that's not 100% confirmed, because you always know that Zombies sometimes has guns that multiplayer doesn't, and multiplayer has guns that Zombies sometimes doesn't. But what we're going to do today is go through some parts of the trailer and look at all of the weapons that were actually shown throughout the trailer. Hopefully I don't miss any, but if I do, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Now also, as you guys watch this video, there's also a Zombies panel going on at San Diego Comic-Con right now, and if there's any information that comes out of that, I'll either make a video coming out tomorrow or I'll just tweet it out later today. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. The link there is down in the description. So we're not going to look at every aspect of the Zombies trailer here, but what we are going to look at is the various weapons that they show, and the first sight of weapons that we actually get in the trailer is not actually weapons, but wall weapons. So in other words, weapons you can buy off the wall. Basically, you can see the silhouettes of them here on the side of the Titanic. So basically what we're looking at here is anytime you see any glowing blue, that is something you can buy. A couple of them that you can see, one is blocking a stairway, that is obviously an entrance to another area, the other one's a door, but 2 of them are actually wall weapons. The close one, as you can very clearly see, is definitely a pistol, and then it looks like the one in the background there is an assault rifle. There's no point in going too much depth trying to guess what these weapons are based off of the silhouettes, but it's pretty clear that one's an assault rifle and one's a pistol. Now, I have seen a lot of speculation as to what these 2 weapons are. I really wouldn't look too far into it. I wouldn't be surprised if wall weapons changed, or really it's just hard to tell what they are simply based off of a silhouette. The next scene where we see some weapons, we have Scarlet here, which is one of the new Zombies characters, and she actually has 2 revolvers in her hand. And as of right now, as of all of the multiplayer builds that I have played, there has been no revolver in the game. Now, I kind of thought that this may just be Scarlet's special weapon. It's the thing she's kind of carrying in all her promotional items, but if you actually go to another scene, right here you can see Shaw stepping out from within the shadows, holding once again a revolver. So the revolver is definitely a weapon that's going to be available in Zombies. Whether or not it's in multiplayer, that's yet to be seen. But what is confirmed is that the revolver model is 100% going to be in the game. What mode it's going to be in, we will have to find out. Now, the other thing that you can take away from this is, since Scarlet is holding 2 pistols here, you can pretty much assume that Akimbo will be in the game in one form or another, which also means it will probably be in multiplayer. But once again, this really isn't something that's too surprising. The next scene, we actually see Scarlet running down the hallway shooting a weapon. Now, this weapon was a weapon that we were able to use in the alpha and the E3 builds of the game. This is the Rampart 17. This weapon is probably, in my opinion, the best assault rifle that we got to use, but once again, weapon balance always changes. But this weapon was in the game already, so we do know that this one will be in multiplayer. Next up, once again, we have Scarlet holding a new weapon here, and I heard a lot of people saying that they thought that this was a new weapon. We hadn't seen this one before. I don't think that's true. I actually think this is a weapon we did get to play with called the SOG 9mm. Now, this was kind of like a smaller SMG, higher fire rate, and a lower damage. We did see this in the alpha build. It looks very similar to that. Now, whether it is exactly that, I'm not 100% sure, but as you can see here, it looks a lot like the model that we played with in the alpha build. Now, after this, we got our first look at the mystery box, and we actually got to see 2 weapons in here. The first of which we've seen before. This is the Swordfish. This one is a 4-round burst weapon. It was absolutely terrible in multiplayer, but this is definitely a weapon I could actually see being pretty decent in Zombies. But like I said, it was really bad in the alpha build we played, and we actually see this weapon several times throughout the Zombies trailer. However, the next weapon that we actually get to see in the mystery box is brand new. We've never seen this one before. So as far as this weapon goes, I really have no idea what this actually is. We've never really seen a weapon like this before. Kind of looks like a futuristic style type of Sterling or maybe a PP-19. I'm really unsure what this actually is, though. If you have any idea or know what it is, let me know down in the comments below. But we've never got to use this weapon. It's never been in any of the multiplayer builds anyone's played, so this is definitely a new weapon to the game. And I'm guessing, since it's in the mystery box, it will probably also be in the multiplayer. Next up, we get to see some special weapons that Scarlet's holding here. First of all, you have a really fancy looking flintlock pistol or maybe shotgun, and then you also have her extendo sword, which really reminds me of Bloodborne. But these 2, I'm definitely guessing, are not going to be in multiplayer. They look like definitely just special weapons that'll be in Zombies, unlike some of the other things we've seen so far. The next scene we got here is definitely one of the more interesting ones. As the glass falls, if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, the weapon that man is holding there is the Brekkie. That is right, the broccoli gun from Black Ops 3 is officially back. Whether it's going to be called the broccoli gun this time, I'm not quite sure, but this is only one of the 3 scenes where we actually get to see this weapon throughout the entire trailer. So it's definitely going to be in zombies, and it's most likely also going to be in multiplayer. But once we get to the scene where we actually get to see the weapon, I'll talk about why this might not be as bad of a thing as we think, or it might be absolutely terrible, but we'll talk about that in a minute. The next scene, as we can see here, there will be some swimming in zombies, but the weapon we see here I don't think we've seen before for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think it is an LMG. The main reason for that, if we take a screenshot here, it looks as though there is a bipod at the front of the weapon. The second thing I noticed of it is that it looks like it's a side-loaded magazine. As you can see in this screenshot, it looks like at the side of the weapon is where the magazine goes in, and no weapon that we played with in the alpha build of the game actually had this, so it looks like this is going to be one of the new LMGs. It could be another weapon, but I definitely think it's a weapon we haven't seen before. If you have any idea what it is, let me know down in the comments. The next scene here, we can see the characters running down the hall, but the 3 weapons that they are holding here, the person on the front left is holding the Swordfish, Scarlet on the right there is holding the Rampart 17, and then at the back, once again, we have a character holding the broccoli gun, aka the Brekkie. Now, if you still don't believe me, here's the proof. Right after that scene, you can see here, as they once again are running down the hallway, you can see the first-person view of the Brekkie. Now, this is guaranteed to be in zombies. It's most likely to be in multiplayer, but it might be okay, and the reason is, in Black Ops 4, shotguns are secondary weapons, and when we played the alpha, shotguns were absolutely garbage. That being said, it does look like the fire rate on this thing is going to be pretty good, just like it was in Black Ops 3, and on top of that, this gun was godly in Black Ops 3 because you could just fire from the hip and destroy people, so hopefully they do something to balance this weapon. Hopefully it's not overpowered, and more importantly, I really hope that they get the jitter mods down, because remember in Black Ops 3 people could hack it so that they almost had a fire rate that was like as fast as the VMP, and they never really patched it properly. So hopefully that's fixed for Black Ops 4 if this weapon's in multiplayer. Now, the next scene where all of the characters appear in the Coliseum, we can see all 4 characters holding different weapons. Now, from left to right, we have the Rampart 17, the Swordfish, then Shaw in the middle there is holding a pump shotgun, and then on the right, we have the SOG 9mm. Now, if you don't believe me that that's a pump shotgun, they actually show it right after that as a close-up. Now, the one shotgun that we could use in the alpha build of the game was called the MOG 12, and it was also a pump-action shotgun, but it looked very different than this. Looked much more futuristic. This looks like an older fashioned pump shotgun, and I would assume, since the model, and they show the models in such a close-up, I would assume that this actually is in the multiplayer as well, so I would expect this to be another shotgun. So as of right now, we have the MOG 12, this pump action shotgun, and the Brekkie should all be in the multiplayer. So we've got 3 shotguns so far, and that's all we know about as of yet as far as shotguns go. And last, and absolutely not least, my favorite weapon out of anything that we've seen so far is whatever the hell this is. This almost looks like a double-barrel AA gun, but I really have no idea what this is. The thing that I hate, though, is I've watched a lot of people talk about this trailer, and they say that this is only going to be in zombies because it's too ridiculous for multiplayer. What a lot of people don't realize is that there was actually an LMG in Black Ops 3 that was a double-barrel LMG, and it was the Dingo. Believe it or not, the Dingo actually had 2 barrels. I mean, it didn't look quite as ridiculous as this gun in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but I absolutely love the look of this gun. Whatever it's called, whatever it is, I certainly hope that it is in the multiplayer as well as the zombies for Black Ops 4. But if you have any ideas what this weapon is, or some of the other ones that we saw in the trailer, let me know down in the comments. But as far as what are the 5 new weapons that we can see in this trailer, the first one we saw was the Revolver, or what appears to be a revolver. The second was whatever SMG this was in the mystery box. You can let me know what you think it is down in the comments. The third was, of course, the Brekkie, or as I like to call it, the broccoli gun. The fourth was this pump action shotgun that looks kind of similar to the MOG 12, but definitely is a different weapon model. And then finally, we have the double barrel LMG. So if you know what some of these could be called, if you know what you think they are, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, it took a lot of work to put this all together, cut through the trailer, find all the scenes, discover what all the weapons are. It would be awesome if you could hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, and want to stay up to date on my videos, the best way to do so is hit that subscribe button. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, And until next time, peace out.